endorsement of Reverend Al Sharpton. Reverend Sharpton is, we can say a lot of things about him, but the one thing that I want to make sure that we underline is that when it comes to issues of justice, when it comes to issues of people being treated unfairly, there's nobody that speaks louder. We are extremely proud to receive his support today because in the district that we are in the Bronx, we are extremely proud to receive his support today because in the district that we have in the Bronx, where there are issues of affordable housing, where there's issues of unfairness in education, where there's issues of police brutality, I want to have a partner in the general population that can help me to address those concerns, and that is Reverend Sharpton. When he speaks about injustice, he speaks loudly. He is somebody that folks listen to. They understand that this is something that he's serious about, and so we're here very proud to receive his endorsement in my race against Pedro Espada.
Well, first of all, let me say that I am very happy to enthusiastically and unequivocally endorse Gustavo for this seat. I've known him since probably the last 7 or 8 years. I've seen him as a young activist work on everything from affordable housing to justice issues to the problems of employment, and always based on the ground, grassroots in this district. I have all my life fought for victims, whether it was police brutality, whether it was racism, whether it was immigration. And Pedro Espada is not a victim. If I thought he was, I'd be speaking up for him. Pedro Espada has never stood on the critical issues of real victimization in this city. When I went to jail in Vieques, he was absent. Gustavo was there. When I fought in Arizona recently on immigration, Pedro was absent. He was there. Pedro has held up legislation that could have brought his district affordable housing, could have brought his district jobs. He's too busy building his own empire than to worry about the subsidized housing and the seniors that need some kind of attention and the joblessness and unemployment rampant in that community. So that community needs someone that I feel that will get things done, that has the heart of the people, that has the concern of the people, that is an activist enough that they will not be part of the Albany crowd of corruption, but at the same time is practical enough that they're not some starry-eyed activists that don't know how to get things done. He has a balance of both. He knows how to work within the system and not forget who he is, and I think that that is the choice. I intend to campaign for him on the ground there. He's been in the trenches with me and for me. I intend to be in the trenches with him and for him.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Reverend, today, as part of one of his trips giving food to potential voters, he was asked about this endorsement by you today, and he say that the people opposing him are limousine liberal, using Mario Procaccino quote in the 60s, and that you are one among them, the millionaires. What do you respond to him?
Well, the response is very simple. I think the people in his district know whether it's been immigration, whether it's been Vieques, whether it's been police brutality, whether it's been unemployment issues, labor issues, that I've been there. And this young man has been there with me. You don't take limousines to jail in Vieques. You don't take limousines to jail in Arizona. So I think that he is getting some of his neighbors, where he really lives, confused with me. If he lived in the district, he wouldn't even be thinking about limousines.
Exactly that. Ma'am.
Mr. Rivera, do you think that you have a good chance up against Espada?
Absolutely. This is and I know that I have a good chance because of the conversations that we've been having with our neighbors for the last couple of months. It is clear that there is a recognition in this district that people have that this man needs to go. And I think that everything that the Reverend said today underlines that. When we have somebody who has been invisible and not participating in real issues, fighting for the real concerns of this district. That's what we're talking about here. We do not need someone who is going to be spending, as the Reverend says, all his time up in the Mamaroneck figuring out whether he can get in a limousine or not. That's not what we need. I live in this district. I've lived in this district for the last 10 years, and I will continue to live in this district. I want to make sure that the needs of this district are addressed, and because of the conversations that I've been having with people the last couple of months, it is clear to me that people have this recognition that they want to change, and we are presenting that real option today.
I remember in 2004 when I ran for president, and we wanted to reform the Democratic Party, and we went to try to change the party leadership. He was part of the young people that worked the floor of the DNC to bring about new leadership that led to that new leadership in the next cycle with Barack Obama taking over the party and becoming eventually the president of the United States. And as most of you know, I have a good working relationship with President Obama. That started in the work we did in 2004 that Gustavo was intimately involved with. He was one of the generals of the ground troops on the floor when we turned that DNC around. Howard Dean became chairman, which led right into 2008, where Barack Obama became the candidate and the president. If you remember, it was in 2004. Obama was the keynote speaker at the convention that I ran. He was one of our people there working. Mr. Spada was part of the Democratic establishment at that time. When we fought about the cases of Sean Bell, I never saw Mr. Spada involved at all. At all. I mean, everybody. And we've taken pains to try and from whether it was Vieques, whether it was the Baez case, all the way till now, to try to have a unity with black and Latino communities together, which this district represents. And this young man has been there. Espada has tried to break that unity. What he did in Albany, to try and break the unity of black and Latinos and Asians, and to sell out to the Republicans. Can you imagine someone who makes a deal with the Republican establishment that would cost us jobs, cost us affordable housing, calling Democrats liberal, limousine liberal? What does he call the people he made a deal with when he held the state senate hostage and senior citizens and others had to suffer? What does he call them? Rolls-Royce Republicans?
Reverend, do you think that people are looking for a change from Espada?
I think that people are looking for a change in this age of change, and I think they need better. In an economy that is as bad as it is, in a situation where social services are threatened, you need somebody that, one, has the heart of the people, and two, can get respect when they walk in the room. You cannot afford to send to Albany somebody that no one wants to sit with because no one can deal with and no one can trust. You can't deliver when people that you need to negotiate for and work with to get something for your district don't want to talk to you because you have no word and you have a proven track record. You can't deliver. So Mr. Spada can feed people, but he can't deliver the loaves back to the community. It's a Marie Antoinette campaign. Let them eat cake while I hang out with Rolls-Royce Republicans. I'll give you some cake. Is you full now? Because you're getting nothing else.
Oh, Reverend, what do you say about Espada's payroll of $36,000 a week? That is more than all the legislators, the Senate payroll. He paid.
I think all of those issues have been very public, and I think that it's very questionable, of course, what he has done. But I don't think that the issue of this campaign is the excesses, the obvious excesses of Pedro Espada. I think it's the talents of this young man, because if